Hey guys, just got back from breakfast. We're gonna get to work. I'm gonna convert this truck from 2nd gen to 3rd gen. All right, dudes, so the first step with the conversion is gonna be to pull all the 2nd gen stuff off. So my truck looks totally different, but it's actually completely stock the way it all bolts on. So grille first, then the headlights, fenders, and hood. You can see that this grille has been beat to shit because all the mounts are broken off and it's just held on with zip ties at this point. So it's gonna be easy uninstall. All right, so the grille's out of the way. Now we're gonna tackle the headlights. Got all the bolts loose already, so we're just gonna go ahead and pull them off now. There's the headlight. Now for the other side. All right guys, we got the headlights out. Now we're gonna do the fenders. This bolt came out with the headlights, so now we just got the bolts on the cab side. All right, we got the fenders off, and now we're gonna do the hood. Again, it's just the stock hinges, so we're just gonna go ahead and loosen the stock hinge bolts and pull the hood off. All right, we got the front end all disassembled. At this point, we're gonna go ahead and use the engine hoist. I have access to the front bumper, so it's a great spot to grab onto. We're gonna jack up the front of the truck, droop the suspension out. I found a crack on the front suspension I got to weld, so that'll help me access it a little bit easier. There we go. That's all drooped out.
You all know I love overlanding. I love being able to go to remote places and just see those scenic places. But I want you to know that my passion is really with the pre-runners. It's been inside. For those of you that have been following us since the very start, you guys know I have a 2nd gen pre-runner. Started building it and then didn't have a chance to keep working on it. I've always been like looking at Scotty and how he works on his truck, huge fan. And I hope to one day be able to have my truck, even if it's 20% as close to this, that would be freaking awesome. But it's something that I really want to be able to do one day. And just seeing the truck like this, just completely, you know, showing the whole suspension off, makes me go nuts. I love it. This thing looks so good.
The crack I found on the I-beam is right here. This is pretty normal spot for the TacomaBeast crack. You can see these have been plated and trussed and everything, but there's still weak points when you're pushing the truck to this level. So as you can see on here, it kind of just looks like a tractor backhoe at this point because these things have been on the truck for almost 10 years now. Constantly being welded on, just chasing cracks, but that's all standard maintenance for this truck. Now we're ready to start assembling the new 3rd gen front end. Just while everything's apart, I wanted to kind of go over how it all mounts first, a little bit easier to see. So we're gonna reuse just all these cab side mounts. The McNeil glass bolts directly to the cab side mount, so that's super simple. Like a normal truck would have the stock core support here. All my mounts are identical. I just replaced it with the tube because it's a little bit stronger, but McNeil provides this tube here with the tabs welded onto it already. So it just bolts to your stock Tacoma core support for the 2nd gen. And then this would bolt on somewhat like this. And then this provides a mount for the new 3rd gen grille and headlights. So it makes the conversion completely bolt-on. Okay, so since I don't have the stock core support, instead of using what McNeil provided, I just welded on some new tabs. You can see them here. I left them unpainted so they stand out a little bit, but this is all I had to change on my truck to get all the new 3rd gen stuff to bolt up. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and put the new hood on. I've had everything painted prior. I installed it all, drilled all the holes in the fiberglass, and then took everything back apart, took it to my paint guy, had everything sprayed, and now it's all ready for final assembly. All right, the hood's on, that's good for now. Now we're gonna get started on the fenders.
So Scotty, for this part, did you have to drill a hole or the hood already come with this?
Yeah, for the hood pins, I had to drill out the hole and bolt these. And then the hood pins themselves are welded to the new core support I made. But the hood, the McNeil hood is actually set up where you can use the stock hood latch. Yeah, so that is an option. I just did it this way because that's how the truck was already set up with the 2nd gen glass, so it was just easier for me.
Question, how do you know how much you have to tighten? I know fiberglass can crack, so how do you know when it's like safe to stop tightening?
I just do everything by feel, because
yeah, I did that too with the fenders. Like,
yeah, with the body.
So scary.
Yeah, the body stuff is I always just do it by feel. Yeah, you got to be careful because you can crack it out.
And then even if you tighten it too much and you hit a jump too hard, then it'll crack it too. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
yeah.
borderline.
So you're almost better like leaving it a little loose, I'd say, and then you could maybe put some like blue Loctite on it or something so it doesn't rattle off. All right, so again, all the fenders and stuff are pre-painted as well, so they're ready to bolt on for final assembly. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. I went ahead and drilled these out as well. So I'm just gonna line up the stock cab mounts and stick some bolts in them.
These screws, they come from the JDM world, right?
Yeah, that's correct. They're just, your standard metric M6 thread bolt.
Clean.
But it's, I always like when I'm doing the builds and stuff, I'm always trying to find like new, like different little ways. And a lot of the import guys, they're all about the looks and stuff. So it was cool. Like, I really like these. And then they had my accent color too with the copper. So I was all pumped on it. I was like, yeah.
For the 3rd gen headlights, I know that the mounts are different. Did they align with the stock or did you have to do some mod for that?
They actually align with the stock on the upper mounts. Yeah, the lower ones, that was the part that needed the work.
Okay.
But the upper, the grill actually lines up with stock holes, and the upper grill mounts, and then also the headlight mounts.
Oh, cool.
Which was pretty just like fuck, dude. How easy did you make it?
That easy?
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so we got the fenders on, the 3rd gen fenders. They're all good and secure. So now we're gonna get started on the headlights. So like I was saying, it was pretty mind-blowing to me how the same mounts for the 2nd gen just lined up so easily on the upper side. This is the only new mount on the bottom side for this new 3rd gen headlight. What exact model are these? Because I have people asking, DMing me and stuff because they really like the way they look. What model is this?
So the name of these are the TCMBST TRD Pro Style headlights.
I'm not going to remember all that.
But it's on the video. We'll put a link down below too. This is a collaboration headlight that we did with Alpha Rex.
Okay.
So we got great quality work. And
Yeah, they look badass.
Detail that they pay to, you know, making a headlight. And we collaborated with them. You can see the TCMBST in there.
Yeah, I like that little detail in there.
Cool.
Yeah, sweet.
These are sweet. And then when Scotty turns on the truck, you'll be able to see the cool sequence that the headlight has. It's really nice. So Scotty, when we were talking headlights, one of my concerns was, how are you gonna make it, like how are you gonna tie it into the second gen? I know the plugs are not the same.
Correct, yeah.
I'm looking forward to see what you did, like seeing what you did.
Yeah, I would say I did it the ghetto way, but the proper way would be to get the 3rd gen pigtails from Toyota, and then they would plug right into the wiring for the Alpha Rex headlights. The way I did it was I just the lights come with wiring out of the back of them. So I was able to just pretty much hardwire straight from the 2nd gen wiring harness for the lights straight into the new headlights. It was really easy because the new headlights actually have all the wires labeled. So it's like, nice. So it's, you don't have to, like, as far as trying to figure out which wires do what, it's all labeled. So you just need to know which wires did what on the 2nd gen side and then just hook it together.
And it was the same thing for the taillights too.
Taillights exactly the same. Yep.
Cool, man. Glad you made it work.
Yeah.
It's the one thing, like after we sent them, I was like, how's he gonna do that?
Yeah.
Pretty cool to see how you made it happen.
Yeah, I was worried about it too, but it all worked itself out. This is the stock 2nd gen wiring on this side. So I just did, like I said, kind of ghetto. It's just a little like blade style connector for now. So at some point I'll probably change it, or probably never. Out of the back of the headlight we had these wires. Like I said, they were labeled, so made it really simple. And then just added the blade connector on this side. I just did the same color code for the stock 2nd gen harness, so it was easy to plug it in. Now for the final piece for the conversion, the new grill.
Just like that, everything bolts off,
Yeah.
bolts on. I know there's some hurdles that you have to go over.
Right.
But other than that, it's just crazy to know that you can convert your 2nd gen into a 3rd gen.
Yeah, like I said, it was pretty mind-blowing how easy it actually was. I mean, it made it look really easy in the video, but we sped it up a little bit. But yeah, it was a little more work than that. But yeah, overall, it wasn't too bad.
That's crazy, man. Well, I'm excited to see this truck out in the desert. Let's go take it for a run.
Sounds good, dude.